Afterward, then I interrogated kozu-pii about something, wild-eyed, and finally sped on her way alone. kozu-pii went chasing after her, but I remained unaware of why Senna had suddenly started acting like a woman possessed. And now I was plodding through the neighborhood of Shimokitazawa. If I walked a little further, I would reach my parents' house. It was less than a 30-minute walk from my base. I wondered if Nanami would be home. But less so than in Shibuya, there were many people walking along the streets of Shimokitazawa. The Esper commotion continued to have a pronounced influence, and there were people who grinned mockingly when they saw me, or even took out their cell phones and snapped pictures. Devoured by humiliation and shame, I hurried along the road home.
ごめんね。
Rimi murmured, eyes still lowered, as she walked a little behind me. In the time it had taken us to reach to this point, she had repeated the same thing over 10 times.
黙ってて。ごめん。
Even if she apologized to me, there was nothing I could say in response. I didn't know Rimi. It had been that way since the first time we met. Rimi had supported me. Rimi had been there for me. But in the end, I still didn't understand a thing about her. The whole time, I would let things stay that way. Ambiguous. Unresolved. Maybe because I had an inkling that once everything became clear, I wouldn't be able to stay with Rimi any longer. I feared that.
どうして僕と一緒にいてくれるの？
Once I mustered my courage, it was all I could ask her. The reason why Rimi spent her time together with the likes of me? Was it because, after all, she also attempted to entrap me? The same as Yua? But the answer she gave back to me wasn't anything of the sort.
あなたに目覚めてほしくないの。
So what? Ow. I bent my elbow against my cabinet here. So, what does that mean? It almost sounds like he's in some kind of simulation.
普通の生活を送ってほしかった。
She didn't want me to awaken as a gigalomaniac. Rimi knew more about me than I did.
一体君は何者なの？
私は
After some hesitation, Rimi said,
私はタクの友達だって思ってる。友達でいたいな。
In other words, he was telling me not to ask anything more. But I couldn't stop myself from asking.
僕はギガロマニアックスなの？
そうとも言えるし。
So not quite then.
違うとも言える。
Which one is it? Was he trying to dodge the subject?
君は IR2 のこと知ってたの？
Also, why are my earbuds just falling out all the time?
聞いたことがあるだけ。
They didn't say who she'd heard it from.
セナが言ってたのは本当なの？
嘘だよ。
A lie. The answer calling it a lie was itself a lie. I could tell from looking at Rimi's behavior or demeanor.
君は
I was about to demand even more answers from her, but I held my tongue. Was Rimi my enemy? Or my ally? If I asked, her response would determine whether or not I could be with her. But I couldn't ask her. If I pretended nothing had happened, I could go on being deceived. And we could go on acting the same way as we always had until now. Maybe things would be easier and happier that way. Yes, that's what I would do. I would feign being an idiot. And let Rimi keep on fooling me. If nothing else, Rimi had helped me countless times, so she wouldn't seem to harm me from here on out either. I'd be fine with it. If I did as she said, I lived an ordinary life.
ありがとう。
Averting my eyes from her, I gave voice to those words rather than to my questions.
守ってくれて。
だから
Unable to think of anything else to say, I silently continued down the road to my parents' house. At last, a familiar road came into sight. A small, quiet residential area. At times, I could hear the faint sound of a train speeding along somewhere far away. Scenery I'd known since my childhood. A place where I was born and raised. I traveled this road to go to both elementary school and middle school. If I entered the narrow road before me, my house would be nearby. I was scared of coming face to face with an enemy, but I couldn't bear not making sure of whether or not an enemy's hand was where it belonged. Calming myself by pausing to take some breaths, I started to step forward.
待って。
And I turned back. Rimi was looking at me with a face that seemed on the verge of crying.
どうしても行くの？ねえ、行かないで。
So, why must we not go? Is it because we might learn the truth? I remember in this one scene with Rimi and Shogun that she wanted to eliminate Taku. So is that what's going to happen if we go forward?
もう普通じゃいられなくなるよ。
So will we awaken if we see the truth?
私そんなの嫌だな。
What was that supposed to?
帰ろう。あのコンテナハウスに帰ろう。私タクが望む限りずっと一緒にいるから。
I mean, The previous part, that mana experiment, freaked me the hell out. And it makes me think that everything we've seen so far can just be one big simulation or dream or delusion or whatever you want to call it.
それで一緒に学校に行って大臣と3人で他愛もない話をして、帰りに立ち食いそば屋さんとか CD ショップとかに寄って、そうやってこれからもやっていこうよ。
僕はナナミに会わなくちゃ。
いないよ、きっと。
How did she know? Was she lying again? Would it be bad for her if I visited home?
私、タクの悲しむ顔見たくない。
Oh, she knows that something bad has happened. She's just basically confirming it. That's how you...
もう謎かけみたいなことはやめてよ。
I'd had enough. Was she telling me to stay unaware of the truth forever? I couldn't feign idiocy after all. Everyone kept thrusting mysteries at me. Even though I wanted to remain ignorant.
実家に行っちゃいけない理由があるなら言ってよ。こんな中途半端なのうんざりなんだ。
Sick of it? Up until now. And I myself being the one who chose to leave everything half finished. And I run away from it all by my own free will. Yes. Which was why I ought to keep doing the same thing henceforth. Go back to my base. Listen to Rimi. There was no need for me to see Nanami. What did I plan on doing if I went to check if her right hand were there and it wasn't? Wouldn't that mean it was my fault? Nanami would hate me. She would resent me. I was a pathetic guy who hadn't been able to rescue my little sister. That would become written in stone. Wait, is that a thing? Maybe? The moment he sees it, even if it was a delusion before, the moment he sees it, it becomes real? I wouldn't become a prisoner to guilt if our last thing was ambiguous, the way they were now. I should do that. It was the best possible choice. Don't look at anything. No matter how many mysteries are thrust at you, ignore them. Shut yourself away from the world.
ほんと世話が焼けるな。ナナがいないと何にもできないんだから。
ダメだ。
A month recalled Nanami's bright voice.
ダメだよ。
If I fled here, I would never be able to face Nanami again for the rest of my life. I would never be able to return to my childhood home again for the rest of my life.
タク。
I clenched my fists. I stepped forward into the narrow road leading to my parents' home. There were less than 50 meters from there, to my house. At first, I walked on swift feet. Midway through, I started running, aiming for the house where I had been born and raised. Another 30 meters, 20 meters, 10 meters. What if the house doesn't exist for some reason? 0 meters. The house I knew so well. Wasn't there.
あれ
There was a different name on the nameplate. It wasn't Nichijou, for starters. The house house wasn't shaped the same. The house I'd lived in was far newer and cleaner looking. I looked around. I thought I'd been one of. That I'd called in the neighbors, but I hadn't. In the first place, the surrounding scenery didn't match up with my memories. I thought maybe I'd gotten lost on the way, or I'd entered the road a block too early, but it couldn't be. I'd recognized the route up till here. I would remember the streets alone, but the house wasn't there. When I walked along the road from my memory, the same landscape from my memory failed to emerge, and an unfamiliar scene spread out before me. I'd never seen it before. It was a place I'd become deeply familiar with, yet I had the sensation that I was coming here for the first time.
シャメビューだ。
違うよ。
Rimi stood close behind me. She denied my words immediately.
この世界にタクの帰る場所はないの。
Oh, creepy wheelchair noises. Bright afternoon light shone in the hospital corridor. It was fairly dim during this band of time, immediately before the transition to night, since the indoor lights hadn't been turned on yet. The dinner time bustle had quieted a short while ago, and an almost eerie silence came floating down. Shogun progressed slowly down the hallway in his wheelchair. The sound of his creaking wheels echoed through the corridor. Not one of the nurses passed. He passed, tried to say anything to him or meet his eyes. And Shogun too was acting as if this were only to be expected. Continued turning the wheels of his wheelchair with his emaciated skin and bone hands. As he passed in front of the certain hospital room, a male patient named Yamai raised his voice. He pointed at Shogun and shouted frenetically. As for the nurse who happened to be with Yamai at the moment, she wore a face of absolute perplexity.
ほら、アミちゃんが帰ってきたよ。またお外に出かけてたんだ。いけないんだ。
This noise is really creeping me out.
誰もいませんよ。
Upon surveying the area, the nurse smiled wryly. She had said no one's there, despite the fact that Shogun was going down the corridor right in front of her, in his wheelchair.
また山井さんは私のことからかってるんでしょう。でも今日は騙されませんからね。
アミちゃん、ラウミちゃん、タウミちゃん。
The man went on shouting, as though he'd gotten angry. Ignoring him, Shogun wordlessly turned down the hall to the right. There, the cream-colored wall abruptly went black. Even with that wall before him, Shogun didn't stop in his wheelchair. The instant before it seemed as though we were about to have a violent collision with the black wall. It unexpectedly vanished. It literally vanished into thin air. The wall disappeared and the hallway beyond it came into view. Shogun continued straight forward. About 20 meters down the corridor, we reached the dead end. This time, for real. There was a single door, Shogun opened the door and went inside. It was an illusionary hospital room. A room no one knew, which has been whispered of in ghost stories for several years now. The name written on the nameplate for the hospitalized patient was